What's it like owning the worst cat in the world? Well, let's just start from the beginning.
And it all dissolves.
You know, as a kid, I always wanted a golden retriever. Always wanted one. But that being my mom being a flight attendant, I definitely couldn't have one. And I'm an only child, so it's not like there'd be anybody there to take care of that poor dog. So when I was in the second grade, I settled for a cat. And I know, I'm not proud of it, but I just wanted some sort of companion that will be there for me. And I figured if it's not a dog, I don't want to fish. I figure a cat is a happy medium. So that's where I started. I remember my mom and I going to the Humane Society and ended up getting a orange and white tabby cat and immediately fell in love with him. His name was Gizmo. Best cat ever. I remember being in the petting area at the Humane Society, and he was so loving and nurturing and affectionate. And even when we brought him home, he just felt so grateful that someone would even care about him. And not a day would go by where, he would come up to me, run to me when I got home. He would cuddle with me on my lap. He'd sleep right next to me. Let me just spoon him, as weird as that sounds. And it was just the best for years. He was there from, through breakups, through drug addiction, through this and that, different apartments I lived in. And unfortunately, one day he ended up, we had to put him down. He was starting to go blind. He couldn't jump up on the couch. It sucked. It really did. What I did next? Well, I figured, Gizmo passed away, rest in peace. Easily the best cat I've ever met. Even people that didn't like cats loved Gizmo. He was just the best, most chill dude ever. But I figured, hey, you know what? Cats are dope. I'm going to get another cat. Fuck it. Cats are sweet. They're way better than people think. So I figured whatever. Me and my ex ended up going to the Humane Society one day, and I had my eye on this cat. And, the prettiest cat ever. So cute. The one mistake I'll say, don't go for a pretty cat. Go for the bland, kind of passive cat that looks like no one would really want it, because they appreciate it the most. Don't go for this top model, snobby fucking cunt cat that thinks he's better than everybody else, because that's the way they're gonna act for the rest of their lives, and it fucking sucks. But I figure, my dumbass self, I'd go for looks instead of personal connection. So we ended up getting Darwin, and Darwin's a girl, by the way. She's gender fluid, so I'd appreciate it if you used the correct pronouns. Thank you. We brought her back to the apartment, and like cats are, they get skittish and nervous. It's a new environment. They don't know what the fuck's going on. There's people they've never met, or if they did, they met them for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden they abduct them and they're in this new home, new environment. So I figured whatever, I'll let her adjust and get acclimated to her new home. A week goes by, and she's starting to come out a little bit more and get a little bit closer, but still a little skittish, not very trustworthy. I would say probably a year after we got her that she started to open up more and more. But it took a whole fucking year for this little ungrateful bitch to even open up. Gizmo would be all over me, kissing my face. I'll be lucky if Darwin even looks at me from across the room. The house could get broken into. I could be stabbed in the chest, and Darwin would look at me like, you haven't fed me yet today. Where's my food? I'd appreciate some catnip. I'm a little bored right now. Let me eat the leaves of your plant in your room and pretty much just ruin your life. It was horrible. I still go through trauma every day just thinking about it. It's fucking awful. Anybody thinking about getting a cat, get the ugly one. The ugly ones appreciate the love and affection, and they reciprocate that back to you. This snobby cunt, though, it's like the Kim Kardashian of cats. Her original name was Tia, and I was like, that's cute, but I want something cool. Something masculine, like Darwin. Like Charles Darwin. Because obviously this cat has gone through some evolution, and she is goddamn gorgeous. I've been interested in making an Instagram for her, but the way she treats me, I don't have it in me to do it. She's just horrible. I'll be sleeping at night, and I'll have some water next to my bed. What? Well, yeah, you put water next to your bed, you get thirsty in the middle of the night. And I wake up to water knocked off the bedside, sticks her paws in the water and drinks it. It's murky, there's cat hair in it. I end up, half asleep. I'm pretty much drinking that water, and by the morning, I have fucking cat hair in the back of my throat. I'm damn near coughing up a fur ball. It's bullshit. So I figure I'll get an Nalgene, I'll put a lid on it, no big deal, and we'll be on our merry way. That's just the beginning though. It gets worse, I usually end up shutting my door at night. That's sleep time. That's when I need my rest. And Darwin's gotten in the habit of scratching on my door. And it's not like scratch. It's like scratching from underneath the door and like pulling her claws on the edges, so it's like clank, 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 clank. She's aggressive, she's very aggressive, and I could be crying there over a breakup or over a death of the family, and she'll just look at me and it's weird because even in the middle of the night, I have to keep the litter box in my room, otherwise she'll just shit wherever she wants. She'll piss wherever she wants. She's this entitled bitch. She's like an Instagram model who thinks the world owes her something. And I'm over it. It's a constant battle of Menthol and Darwin. And at times it's like my subscribers are like, where's Darwin? Where's Darwin? When I make some heartfelt content about, a death in the family, drug addiction, depression, suicide, they're like, yeah, that's great and all, but I didn't see Darwin in the video. Or she'll be in the background and I'll get comments like, great video, but all I was looking at was Darwin licking her asshole in the background. And it hurts. It really does. It's like I live in the shadow of this fucking cat. I feel like a lot of times she does stuff out of spite too. I clean her litter box, I do all those things, but when she's taking a shit or taking a piss and they scrape the cat litter and move it around, she purposely, it has a lid on it and a door, but she scrapes it so aggressively out of spite that all the cat litter just shoots out the door onto my carpet, and I'm there vacuuming it every other day. I've been nothing but nice to her. I pet her, I feed her, I give her water, catnip to feed her drug addiction, which she's highly addicted. I'm actually really worried about her, and I'm thinking about starting a taper schedule just because she's gotten out of control. She's been stealing my things, my electronics, pawning them off. She'll never admit it, but I'm not stupid. I've been through the same thing, and I know a drug addict when I see one. Now I'm not gonna sit here and bash Darwin the whole time. I what? Well, not the whole time. I've been bashing her the whole time. I'm just being real. And if you can't, why are you even interviewing me, dude? I'm just trying to be honest with you. Are you on Darwin's side? She's a fucking cat. Like, have some respect for me as a human who took her in. She was probably gonna get killed or euthanized. Euthanasianed? You know what I mean, dude. I'm not like smart in the head and stuff, so just fuck off. Anyways, one thing I've learned out of all this, it's gonna be how to be a father. I think, taking care of this neglectful / needy cat, it's taught me fatherhood and that I'd make a great father. Changing my kid's litter box, playing with toys and strings with my kid, feeding them once a day, filling their bowl up with water, letting them outside to run aimlessly to find mice. I think I'd make a really good father, and that's like one thing that I'm grateful about with Darwin. She might treat me like shit, and it's frustrating, and I stay up at night, and she interrupts my videos, and the constant meowing and this and that, but it'll be worth it when I have a kid, and that kid can start beating the shit out of Darwin. And I've been going through therapy for the past few months now, and doctors are stumped. They don't know what to do. They've never seen a case this bad. Cats can be pretty brutal, but it is what it is. At this point, I just think of myself as a survivor, and I'm doing what I can to not kill this fucking cat. Do you need something? This is what I'm talking about. I feel like this has stunted my YouTube career. The constant interruptions, the needing of attention. It's like I can't catch a break. It's like, get off the table. We eat here, and you shed all over and clean your genitals. Like I said, I'm having baby fever. I can't wait to have a kid, and I'm gonna comb them and defur them. I'm probably gonna declaw my kid only because I don't want my kid scratching up the furniture. And yeah, we'll just play it by ear. But if you guys are ever thinking about having a kid, just get a cat first, learn the ropes, declaw them, neuter them, make sure they can't reproduce, because then you'll have a bunch of other kids running around. That's one thing I've learned from Darwin, is to get an ugly cat, learn the ropes, especially if you're gonna have a kid. You can learn a thing or two from a shit cunt cat. Oh fuck, I'm trying not to tear up. It's just been so hard lately. She's literally the bane of my existence. It'll be okay though. I know it will. It'll be fine. I feel like she's plotting to murder me, and yeah, murder me. If this is the last video I make, you guys know why, and just go easy on her. She didn't mean it. I just think at this point I have Stockholm Syndrome, and it's fucked.
To the city, I only say I love her when I wanna fuck her. I only call her pretty when she's taking out her titties. I only say I love her when I wanna fuck her. I only hit her up when I'm taking drugs. I only hit her up when I'm taking drugs. I only hit her up when I'm taking drugs. I only hit her up when I'm taking drugs. Spend all my daddy's money making sure my notes stay right. I only say I love her when I wanna fuck her. We pop a couple zannies, now she's taking off her panties.